Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. I have another worst of beauty TikTok for you. This is a video where we react to interesting TikTok videos that make my skin feel like it's falling off. We debunk, we discuss, and try and correct in some cases what the fuck is going on over on TikTok. Okay, let's watch this one.
Ay, bakit? So I buy henna from Shein and we were like, let's do little freckles and let's contour our lips and our eyebrows, and it doesn't come up. Fast action or something. You gotta really scrub your face. So like, we're gonna give you an update about what, an hour?
Okay, so let's talk about henna from Shein. While Shein likes to think that they're not like Temu, they're like, no, we're not. They like to say that they're in charge of their own stock and their own inventory, but you can find the exact same products on Shein, Temu, Amazon, Wish, including these henna kits, right? But this isn't real henna. This is like imitation henna, which I believe they call black henna, which isn't a real thing. So I've tried to do my research, and do correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously henna is a plant, right? And whilst not all natural things are instantly safe or guarantee it's irritant free, henna overall is gentle on the skin, although patch test everything, right? And it's a plant that stains the skin on a molecular weight level. It's able to penetrate the skin just a little bit, so that stain lasts longer and you can't just rinse it away as easy as you can do, say, beet juice, or what else is colorful, blueberry juice, you know? And I believe henna is usually mixed with a number of things, often water, lemon juice I think I saw as well, which imitation henna is essentially hair dye, p-phenylnadiamine, or PPD for short, and it's a known irritant, allergen, and this is why if you go to any good hair salon, they will patch test you before they even book you in an appointment, any color surfaces, and why you should always color patch test yourself for box dye. But yes, PPD is the main ingredient found in imitation henna or black henna, and in very high percentages in the Shein Temu henna kits, and that's how it stains like that. PPD is actually not cleared for use on the skin in the EU. The British Skin Foundation actually say it's illegal to sell products containing PPD as skin products. And as I mentioned, the term for this is black henna, but black henna isn't a thing in the natural world. We've seen examples of this black henna when student James Colley, for example, who was 20, got a black henna tattoo on holiday in Zante. Don't get shit done on holiday. It was meant to be a bit of holiday fun, he says, right? But it left him with a scar on his face. I'm sorry for laughing. I'm not laughing at the scar. James says, had I known the dangers of black henna tattoos, I would have stayed away. It never crossed my mind that it might have caused such a severe reaction. There was a lot of pain involved in the aftermath, which is still fresh in my memory. My advice to people this summer is to stay away from black henna tattoos. No matter how much fun it seems at the time, you will regret it. And it's not wrong. There are videos all over TikTok of people buying these henna kits from Temu, Shein, Wish, Amazon, and getting blisters, raised skin, irritated skin. This left a really nasty scar on his face. One of the TikToks, which was like a flower, said that that is now swollen down. It's not swollen anymore, but she's left with a white scar on her arm in the shape of a flower, but still. Don't get shit done on holiday, please. So yes, be careful. Poor James thought he was having some holiday fun, and it's probably scarred him for the rest of his life now. Very recently, I posted on my Instagram about how I just don't understand. No, it was on TikTok. I don't understand why influencers can't disclose adverts. It's 2 letters at the front of a post or physically saying, this segment is sponsored by so-and-so. That's all you legally have to do. Yet we're seeing like ad put at the end of captions where it's hidden, brand partner put in on TikTok, which doesn't really mean a lot. There is a real lack of transparency. And one question I always have is, what is the brand doing about this? Because these brands, these PR companies, marketing companies, they know the law. They know the very basics of the law, which is you have to disclose the advert. But I think this video confirms something that a lot of us already knew.
Turned down a brand deal that would have paid my car payment, my insurance, a bunch of different things, because the brand asked me point blank if I would make a fragrance video reviewing something and not disclose that it was an ad. For context, this is the email they sent me, and I said no. Because I'm so proud of the community that I've built and the trust that I've garnered from everything. I refuse to then break that trust. I was an influencer marketing manager. I'm the first to tell you, I have not researched FTC guidelines since I left that job. Then I was made aware even when influencers are gifted products, technically they should be disclosing that. And I want you to know that when you come to this page and you watch a video and I'm talking about something that I like, it's because I like it.
Okay, so a few interesting points there. She used to work in influencer marketing or something similar, right? And she used to look up the FTC guidelines all the time. But now as an influencer, she actually doesn't, which is common, I would say. When it comes to what she was discussing at the end, it is legally, I should feel, up to brands and marketing departments, PR companies, whatever, to make sure that the influencers creating content for them are following the law and following certain guidelines. It's also up to the influencer to be up to date and know what those guidelines are. It's our job. It's our job. It's one of the least things we can do. And it does get complicated country to country, but now it's pretty much all the same because there are tax implications with this stuff. If you've been paid money, it's tax, right? When it comes to gifted, I do feel like it's a little bit different. You should always say when something's gifted. For example, I love this, it was gifted to me. I just believe you need to be transparent because whilst gifting doesn't sway me, there is so much stuff I'm gifted that I slate online, that I really insult online, or that you never get to see. But it's important to know, for the general public to know, when somebody reviewing a product has been gifted that, because it may potentially sway their opinion. It's just about transparency. They can let the audience decide what they make of that. Gifted ad, I think, is a weird one because then there are tax implications with gifted products. If you've been gifted a product and have then signed a contract to say that you will make content around that gifted product, that's a contract and you've got to pay tax on that gifted product. That's why another trend you see on TikTok is a lot of people being like, I've been sent a tax thing by this company who gifted me a product. It's because you signed a contract saying you would review that product. For me, if you want to send me a gift, that's very nice. It's not always going to make it, if ever, on my channel. Well, it does, but you know, there's no guarantee that anyone's going to see that product. So I just think it's important to be clear about whether something's an advert or gifted with a contract. Brand partner is not specific enough. Like, I might be a brand partner of a certain brand because I make commission, or maybe they call their, you know, every year, like they have like people represent their brand. You might be a partner. You may not be getting cash in hand for that, but that also doesn't, it's too complicated. It's too broad is what I'm trying to say. When it comes to this email from this company, what I think is interesting is the fact that they even fucking asked, because first of all, illegal, but they have clearly done that with so many influencers. And the fact that they're so bold, so brazen to ask for it just goes to show that influencers have gone along with this before. And let's be honest, paid for content does not perform as well as regular content. If you look at my YouTube channel, anything labeled ad does not do as well, and that's absolutely fine because some people don't want to watch an ad, and again, that's fine. But as an influencer, hopefully you've built your reputation on telling the truth about stuff. I know a lot of people haven't on TikTok, but you should be able to say to the brand, look, it's not going to get as many views, but the audience I have built, the dedicated audience, those that trust and believe in me, will be interested in this brand, in this product potentially, you know? I personally don't tick paid partnership because that's not a legal thing, I believe. It's not a legal requirement. It just put ad right at the very beginning, label it clearly, that's all you need to do. Whether that's ticking paid partnership or not, I just think you just need to say ad. It's 2 letters. At the beginning of a sentence. I do feel a bit dodgy on TikTok though, because on TikTok you don't have time to be like, this is a paid advert by so-and-so, whereas here on YouTube you could be like, thank you so much to whoever was sponsoring today's video. It's very clear. But yeah, I just find the fact that a brand even asks this very worrying, and it sounds like they're a big brand. This is a really interesting video on a potential amazing new invention when it comes to sunscreen application.
We are gonna get sunscreen. That's the machine. And then you touch the screen, 40 SPF, under 5 feet. Start, and then you get in here, and then I get sprayed. It really, like, it's so good. And then if you're 5 feet, over 5 feet, it also lets you. I feel like it does a pretty good job. Like, maybe I should do more. And all you gotta do is stand here and I would apply it. Okay, I think I have enough.
Okay, so that's interesting, right? I think that's really interesting. This is a company called Snappy Screen. They call this the world's first touch sunscreen application system. Touchless sunscreen application system. Full body coverage in 10 seconds. They also say on their website, clean ingredients, protects against breakouts, family friendly, reef safe, and environmentally friendly. Our formula is hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested, very water resistant, paraben free, oxybenzone free, cruelty free and vegan. And it's water resistant and sweat resistant. It's annoying, all that language, but it's a cool thing to get people wearing sunscreen, right? Just get them to wear it. There's a few pros and cons, in my opinion, and I'm gonna start with the cons. As with a lot of spray on sunscreens, right? This is really just going in the air. When you watch this happening, there's obviously like a bit of a wind or just a slight gust. And so it seems to be like doing this, you know, it's not really a nice, even, good application. You can do multiple passes of this, which I think I would have to do. And also, despite her selecting her height, it still kind of like went through the top and just went shh. There's also options for SPF 15, 30, and 40, I believe it was. Just do 50, do 40 or 50. Don't give people the choice when we know the reason they're using this machine is because they're sunbathing all day and spending all day at a beach. I believe this machine, every location it's at is a beach. Just give them the highest protection, right? Pros, fucking great idea. I think if they can really get this to work really well, get that spraying system to work a bit well. I know it has to be ventilated so that people don't suffocate and die, but there must be a way to stop it spreading around so much and just disappearing into the sky, right? I think a big, huge reason people don't reapply sunscreen, especially on the beach, is because they can't be bothered. It's a lot of effort. There's sand everywhere. They're having to get someone else to do their back. You know, it's just not easy to do, and people get lazy. Not that, you know, I do too. I don't want to reapply. So this does put these back into sunscreen, and at least you can go back multiple times. And from what I could see, another pro is that it's free. Granted, this looks like a pretty luxury hotel and a luxury location, but imagine this on like a global level and being able to pay like a little bit of money to use this, or maybe like have a little top-up card or something. I feel like this needs fine-tuning. I feel like it's on its way to being amazing though. Would I use this? I think yes, after a good smothering of my own sun cream applied manually by myself. I would go back to this and do like a few rounds every hour or so. That's another thing. It can get quite expensive if you had to pay for it, and quite expensive for these companies, this brand, or whoever's paying for this and their sunscreen refills to have to keep refilling this if people are reapplying it the way they should be on a sunny beach, you know? I feel like the idea is there. I feel like it's a really, really good idea. I just feel like it needs, I don't know. I feel like it's there, but it's also not. We all know ice rollers are shit, right? People swear by them and make all these wild claims, even drug claims about what icing your skin can do for acne. But let's watch this real quick, because this is, whilst rare and extreme, this is something very real that can happen to your skin.
If you have an ice roller, you're gonna want to hear this. I use a very popular pink ice roller like I have for forever, and yesterday it literally stuck to my face and gave me an ice burn. I have used this ice roller thousands of times. I don't know what it was. Apparently you're not supposed to leave your ice roller in the freezer indefinitely. I guess I'm a rule breaker because I always leave it in the freezer, and as I always do, I just put it on my face and it literally got stuck to the point where I started panicking, like, what do I do? It will not move. So with my other hand, I'm using like warm water to try to drip it away. And when it came off of my face, my skin was white, hot. I have been like cleaning it with warm water and a cotton ball and put Neosporin on it, but apparently Neosporin's, we're not doing that anymore. I need Aquifer. So learn from me, make sure when you use your ice roller, you only put it in the freezer for 15 minutes and then roll it on your arm a few times before putting it on your face. That's what the frequently asked questions say on the website.
Oh, okay. Again, always talking to the wrong crowd, but don't do this. I just think that the risk isn't worth the results. Ice rollers, effective at depuffing, soothing irritated skin, bringing down redness, calming sore acne temporarily, right? There's nothing wrong with using ice rollers, icing your skin, but like medical claims, like people linking them to, are unfounded and stupid. These aluminum, metal rollers, I think are the most dangerous because they shouldn't be making contact with bare skin, because this can happen. This can happen, especially when people concentrate on one area of the face. This is what can happen. This is why I like glass ice rollers, just put in the fridge and not the freezer. A nice alternative, applying a sheet mask before you do anything like this as well to protect your skin. Wouldn't go amiss on pretty much every time you want to ice your face. Even just ice water, you know, those big clunky shit that they sell on TikTok Shop and Temu. Cover it, protect your skin, wrap it in kitchen roll, like a cloth, whatever. I say it's rare, but I've seen a lot of this online. I don't know if this kind of happens. Is it called like an ice burn? This happens to a lot of people. If you want some temporary release from irritation, redness, swelling, everything that ice rollers claim to fix, I think it's hang on. Yeah, so True Beauty do a facial tool roller thing that is stainless steel and is always cold to the touch because that's stainless steel for you. You don't have to put it in the fridge. So that's a really, really nice alternative that isn't dangerous, isn't gonna fuck up your skin. Or you could buy those like beaded gel type cooling masks of Amazon that you put in the fridge or the freezer. They don't freeze, so they're not gonna freeze your skin off. They're a really, really nice alternative too. Okay, I wanna take you on a journey with this nail video. So this lady went to get her nails done. I believe she's going away to her boyfriend's and she went to get her nails done and she's had a bit of a nightmare, and then she tries to correct her nails. For those of you who don't know, I am a licensed gel nail tech, so this was of particular interest to me and I want to offer some advice if this should ever happen to anyone in the future.
Hey everyone, so I just spent 3 hours in the nail salon for an almond French tip. What the fuck? I just have to laugh because what are these? Does that look like a French tip to you? No. They said, oh, you want a French tip? I said, yes. They said, okay, show me a picture. This is the picture I showed them. They literally look like baby teeth. And these are the nails. I leave tomorrow. These are the nails I'm going to meet my boyfriend's family with. Like, no! I don't know what to do.
Okay, so in her next TikTok, it's a little bit later in the day and she's trying to fix her nails.
It's a little later in the day. I'm finally gonna try to do this. I wanna make it very clear. I've never been able to paint nails. I can't do nails, never have been able to. Even painting them, I cannot. I'm just gonna try to do this firsthand, see how it turns out, and I'll keep y'all updated. Just to address some of the questions, why did I not say anything? Because I was scared, and also it had taken 3 hours. Like, I did not have the time to just sit there for another while. Also, sorry, I shake. People were asking why, like, my nail beds, wow, I'm shaking, why my nail beds are so red. It's because literally since I can remember, I've just been like, I peeled my cuticles, bite my nails, all of that. Okay, this is how it's looking. I'm just gonna let it dry and then clean up around with a nail polish remover. I wasn't gonna walk out and pay. I mean, walk out and not pay, just because I feel like that's disrespectful. Like, yes, does it look like shit? Yeah, 100%. But also, they did a service. It took them 3 hours. They could have done somebody else. They did 10 fingers and you watched them do it. Yes, I'd never had white acrylic tips put on, so I was confused. I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna line over it with like a nude paint. I was horribly mistaken. Maybe alcohol will work on this. Oh wait, that's kind of peeling. It peels off. Shut up. When did this happen? I'm taking it all freaking off. This is a joke. Okay, it's fine. I'll paint over that one. I'm not taking it off. I'm just gonna fix these. My at-home nail polish remover is a combination of hydrogen peroxide, alcohol, and the pink stuff. Is that safe? Probably not. It's the concoction I had around from cleaning the table when I got nail polish all over it. I give up. I'm going to the store and getting nail polish remover.
There's so much to discuss in here. So when she says acrylic tips, they don't look like acrylic tips. I know it sounds really silly, but they look like, I don't know what they've done. I don't know if they've done like a Gel X like tip added on and then painted. I don't know. They look like stickers. It's really hard to understand what they've done there because they also look misshaped and really thin at the edges. You can see the light coming through them, which is what makes me think it's like a gel tip and then maybe a bit of acrylic on top. I don't really know. It's hard to understand, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's obviously not a French oval tip at all. Here's what you should do. If it's purely gel, I have a whole video of this on my nail channel of how to remove your gel nails at home. File them down, a cotton pad, 100% alcohol, bowl, wrap it in foil, soak them off, and gently, very gently pick them off with like an orange wood stick. If you don't have that, something like a ruler, something with a curved edge that will gently scrape that away. Just keep going until it comes off and then buff your nails very gently after. If it's acrylic, I don't fucking know. You can just put polish over them if you really don't like them. You don't have time to go back and have them corrected. The application of this was so horrible. Like watching her drip all that polish onto her nail, it was too thick. It was never gonna dry. The reason she could peel it off is because it wasn't dried and it was just gonna slide straight off. The moment she washed her hands, the polish would have come off. I have, again, techniques on how to apply polish really easily on my nail channel, but whatever happens, don't go picking at your nails. Don't go using floss to take them off. Go and get yourself some acetone, foil, and cotton pads. If you cannot go back and get them corrected, you don't want to get them corrected. If you're going to polish over the top of them, buff away that top layer, that top coat on your nails, then do a varnish base coat, polish, and then your top polish. Otherwise, it's just going to be even more of a disaster. I just wanted to share that because I think that just sent me off. I couldn't stand that. Let me know if you've seen these videos before, what you think about any of these in the comments down below. We've got some more TikTok related stuff here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.